Hello, and welcome to everybody's favorite Thursday offering from the Player 3 Podcast, 3 Topic Thursday with Luke and Diz. I am Luke,
You are.
and this is Diz.
I am.
You are not.
I am not Van Halen's son.
So let me pose the question that I was going to pose to you prior to us beginning. Would you rather have not been born or have been born into the life you are living right now?
Well, I'm going to go with the second one because the first one, actually for both of them, I have no chance of being Eddie Van Halen's son. So both of them suck. I'm going to go with the second one so I can cry about it.
You know what? I'm not going to leave this down here like I said I would. Because that feels a lot like exercise.
Product placement.
It feels a lot.
Oh, we're ready.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Let me blind taste test it. Hold on. Put one of them in my mouth and I'll tell you. Hold on.
No, you're not drinking that, son. You're not drinking that, son.
That's air. McDonald's air.
And that's pretty expensive.
It is. Wonder how much it costs to franchise McDonald's. I feel like it's probably not as profitable now as it used to be. It only costs $5,000 to franchise a Chick-fil-A. However,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
$5,000?
yeah, they'll pay for the property. They'll do all that, but you basically have to do like a 2-year extended internship, and you can't decide where it goes. It has to fit into their marketing strategy. But yeah, $5,000.
That's not much because I thought it was like $1 million to get a Zaxby's.
We should open a Chick-fil-A right next to our existing Chick-fil-A.
Strategy.
But we don't wear shirts.
Strategy. I love it.
That's right. Anyway, this is 3 Topic Thursday with Luke and Diz over here on twitch.tv/Player3Podcast. You can also find the archive of this video on youtube.com/Player3Podcast. If you missed it on Monday, we're in my new home. It's a new house. New table, new laptop, same exact laptop.
Same exact us.
Let's see. Let's check the audio here.
You mentioned YouTube.
Yes.
Did you hear that they're going to have a paid subscription so you never have to watch the ads?
I already don't have to watch the ads because I use AdBlocker Pro.
Ooh.
So, suck it.
I think that's dumb. Like, pay us so you don't have to deal with this.
But those ads... Wait, that doesn't make sense because the ads are placed before in order to pay the content creators, correct?
Mm-hmm. But we are paying them so they don't have to rely so much on the ads then.
Right. So like Wikipedia. The J-Strom says the video looks good, audio sounds good. Good evening, Mind Fox. Welcome to the stream. Mind Fox. I can't read.
Oh
Chalk another one up for the mini
Mini
stroke.
stroke because they got 9 now.
It's got a lot.
Jeez, I got 1 point at least. Lorena Bobbitt.
Look, let me explain this to you. All right. First of all, everyone has a stroke once in a while. Everyone.
Yes, and it completely destroys them usually.
Exactly, which means a mini stroke won't. What's up, roofies? It's 2 zeros though, so
I like it.
They're not illegal. Roofies with 2 zeros are totally legal.
What's your favorite Jell-O flavor?
Orange. I get it. Bill Cosby. Boom, baby. Hit that follow button. All right. Anyway, this is 3 Topic Thursday. You can find us over here, twitch.tv/Player3Podcast, youtube.com/Player3Podcast. We are in the dungeon of my new home. We have Gary locked up over there, mouth taped shut. Can't even say anything.
That got dark real quick.
Did it? Oh, the story, not the lights.
Yes. Yes.
Regardless. Here's how this works.
Irregardless.
Irregardless, which is not even a word. But, however, the way that this works is we get together every Thursday. We're really good friends. We work together. We see each other all the time.
We do.
And but we don't talk about video games all that often in those times. So we have a dedicated time to come here, talk about video games and our favorite flavor of Jell-O.
Yes.
In response to a man named Roofies. And he wants the neckbeard man to try them. And I will, gladly.
Can we make it happen?
Yeah, man. Send them right over to 411 East Brook Avenue, Los Angeles, California. I don't know what that is. But regardless, we've got 3 topics, 2 good friends. We're going to get this party started off right.
I love it.
Dizzy.
What's up?
You have the first topic. You came up with the first topic, so it's you.
Oh, I did? Well, I didn't even write down the questions. I'm just going to wing through it.
Can I, before we start, Ruthie says, not you with the cap, the fat one, referring to you.
Okay.
Can we just?
Do you want to stand up?
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn to the side here and show you. I'm carrying, man. It's the baby bump. That looks way bigger. Let's see if it works.
Love it.
Oh man,
Love it.
The other guy, he calls it. He's very racist.
Here he is.
Anyway,
all right. So we were talking about what would be some features you would like to see in the VR or augmented reality peripherals that we've been seeing a lot about, because we're seeing it like just solely in like a video game sense, but it has so much more potential than that.
mm-hmm.
So what were you thinking you would like to see in the virtual reality or the augmented reality that would just kind of bring it over the edge? And the smirk.
The smirk is due to this, but I will answer your question. Let me just point this out first. You're way more prepared for this question than I am. I have one thing.
One thing, that's fine. That's fine.
And I will probably think of more as we continue on. But one of your things I know is one of my things. And so we'll discuss that a little bit. But here's one that I really like.
Okay.
We talked a couple weeks ago about cheating in video games and screen looking and measures that we go to in order to avoid screen looking.
Mm-hmm.
For augmented reality, there's a ton of like real life, real world application for these things, and that span far further than just video games. And those are things that we need to get excited about. However, just thinking from a video game range, the one thing I'm really excited about is not necessarily needing to have a dedicated TV in a room for your video games,
Mm-hmm.
because your augmented reality headset can project the TV onto the wall of your choosing.
The wall of your choosing.
Yes, the wall of your choosing. I am not really interested in virtual reality the more that I think of it. I'm incredibly claustrophobic, and I feel like virtual reality, like the idea of not having any awareness of my surroundings while I'm within it, is a little terrifying to me. However, but with augmented reality, being able to have a dedicated wall for my screen. So I come in, I'm looking at this wall, my TV screen is on this wall. Now, let's say you come over and we're playing Halo against each other. The four of us, we've all got our HoloLens with us, and we're playing. We are all looking at the same spot on the wall. However, you're seeing just your screen. I'm seeing just my screen. Larry's seeing just his screen. And Ben's looking at all of our screens, but he's not letting us know.
So, wait. So you're saying that I can't just look at a different wall and see the screen? I have to look right there where yours is?
You could look at a different wall, but how ridiculous would that look?
If we were all just kind of sitting.
I'd have to have a really odd-shaped couch. It's circular.
Circular cuts that we aim out from.
Yeah, like one of those you pay extra for in a hotel room.
I've never seen one in the hotel room.
It's more of a circular bed in a hotel room than a circular chair. You've never seen a circle bed?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking like a hole in the middle, but no, we're on the outskirts.
What
of
is
it.
the hole for? Is it like a cooler?
Yeah, that's where you put your hot tub, dude. The hot tub.
Holy crap, dude. I feel like there's going to be a lot of wires in these things. But if we could play in a hot tub, I'd be down with that. Or even a virtual hot tub where I look down and it appears like I'm in a hot tub, but it's really just that my air conditioner broke.
Yeah, they were like, dude, you're not really in a hot tub. Don't pee. You're peeing on yourself.
I'm like, no, I'm fully aware I'm not in a hot tub. But regardless, just the idea, like, have you seen some of the real-world application demos for the AR where it's like med students who are looking at a virtual cadaver in the middle of a room, and they all, like that, it is virtually in that space, in that one area. So if I look away from it, it's not like that cadaver moves with me. I have to look back to that point, and it's there. And that same concept with screens. And the problem with it is we would all have to bring our Xboxes over probably in order for that to happen. And so if we're going to do that, might as well just party up online. But you appear offline all the time.
Well, I mean, what are the other real-world applications that we've seen capable already, though? Do you remember any of them?
There was one where it was like a broken outlet, and someone was needing to fix the outlet, and so it projected an electrician on the wall, and he kind of walked you through what to do, but didn't tell him to turn off the breaker, and so that person didn't make it to the end. Failed.
Good night, dude.
You get an achievement for dying.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
How many points? Like 5 points. Not even worth it.
Yeah. What's up, Duff Gloop and Mind Men and Lil Band? We got a bunch of people over here.
Rest
So,
in peace.
yeah, thank you
George
guys for
the
tuning in.
dog. He barked human words.
That's right.
All right, but I mean, I was thinking that was a really cool idea about the surgical students, because then you could actually simulate some real world things, such as sudden bleeds. Like, that's something that happens quite a lot in surgery, unfortunately, and you really can't get that kind of effect when it comes to a cadaver. They're pretty much, aren't they pretty much empty at that point?
A cadaver?
Yes.
Like, don't have anything. Oh, blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and that's not going to give you enough real world experience. So I think that that's a really smart idea with the med students, because you can simulate these things, such as the blood and all that stuff. I also think it'd be really cool for, bomb squads. Because, you know, with IEDs, they're just so unexplainable. Like, you don't know how they're going to behave because they're just so crudely made. So you can have that virtual reality and some sort of physical component, and you can practice on it just to make sure that, you know, hey, are you going to blow up, or are you not going to blow up? Some things that I was thinking about. I'm going to run these past you and see what you think.
All right.
So you were talking about the electrician. I think that can be taken to the next step. That would be, imagine this. If you could have, like, musical lessons, like a guitar lesson, and you put it on there, and you are sitting in front of, like, Steve Vai, who gives you guitar lessons, and through the computer program, it tallies up how well you're doing, and if you can pass on to the next lesson. I think that'd be very interesting, because people are always going to YouTube to find these lessons, but they're not really personal. They're not something that, you know, I've seen a few lessons where I'm like, I know this next, I know this next. But it would be a way that you had to prove to the Xbox that you know this part and you can go to the next level. Plus, it'd just be cool to see a very acclaimed musician there teaching you. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they could all be pre-recorded. They don't have to be live or anything. So,
yeah, the whole idea of, like, tutorials and lessons that are going on through HoloLens, that more applies to HoloLens than it does to, like, augmented reality than virtual reality. That I think that's one of the more natural applications that would really get attached to quickly, because you can have that personal touch, and you can have Steve Vai sitting across from you teaching you how to play guitar. Would I want to use something like that? No. To me, that stuff too weird. I don't have the suspension of reality. Like, I'm not capable of the suspension of reality to really get into that thing, and not like I would know Steve Vai isn't here, or Stevie Wonder's not here because he's looking directly at me while he talks to me.
like it's an eye tracking. He never looks away from you, and he judges you as you mess up horribly.
Yeah. And I'm just like I don't even know how I'm supposed to play piano like this, you know? But anyway.
But you wouldn't be down for that?
I wouldn't personally be down for, like, a tutorial style thing. And I didn't realize we were talking about this in application beyond gaming.
Most of mine are beyond gaming, actually.
Okay. Yeah, but I can see where many people would be really interested in that. And because for me, for YouTube, like, it would be really cool when trying to learn how to use, like, an application on my computer that's like I was trying to learn how to use Blender for animation and stuff like that. And I was constantly having to switch between my Blender stuff and the YouTube video to see where he was clicking. So if I could have, like, his computer screen next to me, that way I can just look over and see that computer screen and then look back and be able to work on mine, I would be down with that. But yeah, a lot of people would be attracted to that. For me personally, having somebody sitting there, I couldn't convince myself, because, like, you have to kind of convince yourself that's real. Not in the crazy way of, like, trying to make out with Steve Vai after a couple minutes.
What if you tried to do that?
Can you imagine how many busted lips there's going to be with, like, people just falling into their couches?
It's worth it. Trying to kiss Steve Vai.
All right, give me.
This is another one. Live action MOBAs is what I'm thinking. What if there was a way that when you have this virtual reality pack on, it has a way of understanding your perimeter, like your surroundings. So let's say you're in your backyard, looking like an idiot, obviously, but you're in your backyard. What it does is it connects you with like 3 other players in the world, and then through your VR, you are in this arena with these other characters, and through tracking, you just get to fight them in your yard, like live action fighting.
I love the idea of like using actual spaces to generate video game experiences, and not necessarily that, because I have neighbors.
But you gotta look. Yeah, you're gonna look like an idiot. Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's for the experience.
Right.
Dude.
No experiences.
No experience is worth
that.
looking like an idiot to your neighbors you don't know.
That's right. So, yeah, not really for that, but I have thought about like, what if it could, and I don't know if this is stepping on anything you've written, but like being able to scan your house, kind of get a general layout of the position of the rooms and all that sort of stuff, and for me, like the horror game application for that would make me never want to live in my house ever again, but it would be awesome. I'm just constantly buying and selling homes because I can't live in them anymore.
You're terrified
Because
of them.
Lisa's there everywhere. I'm playing PT in my own house. Because, like, think about the replay value of those sorts of games, too. Like, I do it at my house. Let's say I go and I spend the night with a buddy, which I'm not 12 anymore.
You wouldn't spend the night with us?
That was like a sad realization. Like,
No, we don't have sleepovers anymore?
Yeah. Like, I'm married and I'm an adult.
Dude, we had sleepovers all through college.
We should have a sleepover.
Is our wives invited, or is Lauren gonna go to my house?
Yes.
With Katie?
It's like your siblings, you know, like your siblings go there, so I get to have a friend over at my house. Gosh.
Yes.
Not that Lauren is a sibling of mine. Just to let you know, you're the one from West Virginia.
Listen, if there's anyone who's not related to their wife, it's me. She's Mexican.
That's true, but only a quarter.
But still more than any of us put together.
That's very true. However,
You made a great point about scanning the house, and I did have something on that, but I had something more, something bigger, something that wasn't just horror aspect. Get this: what if it was like a platformer of sorts? You scan this area, and the floor is lava.
What you are doing is you are taking the game that the poorest of people play.
Yes,
and creating the most expensive version.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So yes, I'm all about it.
Perfect. Or like it's like you ever played the Raving Rabbids game? Like the Rayman spinoff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's some levels where you're like walking through and they're just jumping around. You got to shoot them with plungers. What if it was like that? Like you start here in the corner and you're just seeing these little things run around. And you got to finger shoot them. Platformers.
I should shoot. Thank you.
just use all of them.
Yeah. This is my Gatling gun. That's gonna hold on. We're gonna stick around and we're gonna watch it over here because this is gonna look incredibly inappropriate. Oh man, here you are. That's when you're talking about shooting them with your fingers, and here it comes up.
Yes.
Oh man, if you're watching on YouTube, just rewind it and relive that moment with us because that was glorious.
I like your comment about we were taking the poorest of games.
Seriously,
Giving it a $300 ticket.
Yeah. Well, depending, like if this is a augmented reality, you have to have an Xbox, and then you've got
The floor is lava.
just to play the floor is lava, just to jump on my couch. Like we can play that right now with no money. But I am all for that. I'm all for taking things that should be free and making people pay for them. That's called business.
Oh my goodness. Perfect. All right. Next, hopefully. This is more practical because you just moved into a new house. And I was like, this capability would make things so much easier. And I was thinking, what if with the augmented reality, it had this depth of field understanding? Like you can set the depth of what you're bringing up, like what you're creating in your augmented reality and where it stands in your space. So what if like HGTV got in on that, and you can stand there and you can paint your walls a different color through the augmented reality, so you can see what that looks like, or place a piece of furniture down and see what that looks like. Because you guys just was like, okay, that gray's nice, and you did the whole house. Well, with this, like, you could be sure that how it's gonna look when it's all done before you put the money and the time and the effort into it. What do you think about that?
I like that. Also, this is, again, making something that's free and turning it very expensive. Throughout our move, one of the main holdups, like, it would have been even faster if it wouldn't have been for me having to just say where everything had to go. So, like, that box goes there, that box goes there. But if I could virtually tag these things, and we've all got these headsets.
We all have them.
We all have these headsets. I've rented
like
them.
8 of us.
Yeah. But we have these headsets. They're virtually marked. So I pick up this box. It's like, that goes in the blue room. And you walk into the blue room, and it's labeled blue room when you walk in there. And boom.
Well, it's bright blue, so, I mean, it's already labeled blue room.
That's true.
Just to say.
That's true. Lay some more on me, dude. This
All
is
right.
fun.
Tours. I will never go to the Louvre. I will never go there. But
Don't say never, dude.
I'd never want to go.
When I kill you and I ship you over there.
So what if it was they had like these tours to where you have someone telling you what you're looking at, and you look at the wall, and dude, there's the Mona Lisa.
Oh!
And you're not 20 feet away from it with bulletproof glass either. It's like right there, and you're the person.
Can I touch it? Or
Yeah, but I
still
mean,
get
your
in
hands when
trouble.
you feel the wall.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
And then the person's telling you about it, and then they're like, okay, let's move on. And then another picture shows up, another painting. Guided tours. There's a freaking dinosaur skeleton in your living room that you can check out and get up close and personal
I'm gonna
with.
need a bigger living room.
Well, it's gonna be like a raptor or something, not like a T-Rex or anything like that.
The cool thing about all that sort of stuff is like it's gonna be scalable too. Like I can just reach my hand out and boom, holding T-Rex skeleton right in my hand. I eat it.
You eat it. Doesn't taste like anything but your hand.
I know. That's gonna be the thing, is convincing myself for that sort of stuff. Like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's not really there. But if it's like a human being, I can't suspend that reality. But the Mona Lisa hanging on my wall, or Mona Lisa hanging on my wall.
Whoa.
Moaning Lisa from PT hanging on my wall, terrifying me.
You always know how to take it back there, don't you?
Making my house unlivable. But regardless, yeah, I like that idea. And for me, virtual reality is going to be, for me, it's more exciting, not from a video game perspective, which I'm just not creative enough to think of all the different angles they're going to take it. But for me, it's more about those like first-person experiences of being able to go to places I've never been before. And because I don't want to just see what's in the Louvre. I would like to experience the Louvre, you know? Like the museum itself is a monument to, and so through virtual reality, you could have those things for much, much cheaper. That's taking something very expensive, a trip to Paris, and making it much, much cheaper. The Louvre's in Paris, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I took French for 4 years. Je suis le plus noir de la classe. That means I'm the blackest in the class.
You are, actually.
It's the only thing I remember how to say.
Also, I think another good capability of VR and AR alike will be there's a lot of people who are homebound, and they don't really get to experience anything. What if you were able to experience like a concert through it?
Or childbirth.
But wait, should there be a separate pack that comes with it that helps you experience the pain as well?
Yes.
Back to the pain station. I want it.
Oh, man.
Just going to a concert that you can't ever go to.
Yeah. Well, and I think what we're going to see more and more is like people who are paid to wear cameras on their head at these certain things.
Yeah.
You know, like GoPros on their head at a football game or whatever, and like I can tune in to a channel sitting, 50-yard line 8 rows up at a New England Patriots game or something like that.
But then those people look like idiots.
Well, yeah.
Did you hear about the concert that was it was
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me just say this. The J-Strom says the Lou or the Louvre.
Well, I go to the Lou nearly constantly.
How awesome would it be if I was wearing HoloLens and it tricked me into thinking my bathroom was somewhere, and I start peeing and I don't hear the water, don't hear it hitting the water, and I'm very confused.
You take it off.
Yeah.
Where are you? Where are you here?
I'm at Dizzy's house. Why? I didn't realize why I got in the car to go to the bathroom. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Did you hear about the concert in? It was Charlotte. It was brand new in Manchester Orchestra.
No,
Dude, it was last year. I
Are
hope
you
they're going to
kidding?
do it again this year. Or, I'm sorry, it wasn't last year. It was like 5 months ago.
Look, as a friend who is really into music, you've got to let me know these things because I don't ever think to look.
Well, I did. I found out
I know.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I was looking at where they were going.
I love Manchester Orchestra, and Brand New's my favorite band.
That's what I'm saying.
I was getting there. You got to give me time, man.
Well, that's all I had on there because
like a fine wine.
that's all I had on that one. But it had so much possibilities. But here's the thing. I'm not going to buy into it.
And the thing is that unless people buy into it, we're never going to see any of that stuff.
Mhm.
And Sony is going to fail. The Project Morpheus is going to fail and we've covered those reasons multiple times. HoloLens, on the other hand, Microsoft learned from their mistakes
Oh.
with Kinect. With Kinect, they saw it as like an opportunity to break in and have other applications outside of video games, but they tried to push it first with video games, and it sold extremely well, and then it burned out. And there was no attachment rate to it. There was no, they didn't have the install base for. They had the install base, but they didn't have the attachment rate for the games that they were releasing for it. And the Kinect now is no longer in any of the bundles that they've announced.
Really?
None of them. And you got to pay $150 in order to get it for a console that you bought. So.
But I've enjoyed it. Like, I love yelling at my TV.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it too.
Katie's able to just turn on the Xbox, go to Netflix, turn on Grey's Anatomy without touching a remote. It's fantastic.
And with Windows 10 bringing Cortana, it's going to be the single. I still believe it's the single greatest way to experience the full capacity of the Xbox One and to fall in love with a virtual woman.
Dude, that is a good segue because I mentioned that.
Hold on.
Oh, not yet.
Hold
It was
on.
perfect.
I'm sorry. I know, but I was in the middle of a point, and then I sidetracked me, and then
Okay.
you went off the sidetrack with me because you're in the passenger seat of this car when I was driving.
Okay, my bad.
But you don't have a seatbelt on, and I'm pulling over.
Whoa. I'm not in the passenger seat. I'm behind you in the car.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so they learned from that, and they realized we can't put all of our HoloLens eggs in the video game basket. We gotta show the world why this matters outside, why this technology matters outside of the video game sphere. Because as popular as video games have become, and as well accepted as they have become, it is still an incredibly niche thing. And so it needs to have stuff in the medical world or in the like technical skills world or in the virtual experience world, those sorts of things, so that people who aren't into video games will attach themselves to it, and developers will have an incentive to develop for it. My fear is, though, that it's going to be a lot like cell phones, and everyone's going to have them, and the only video game experiences we're going to have are going to be Temple Run.
Ooh.
And I'm just
No,
constantly.
thank you.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Anyway, go ahead. Segue. You want me to go back to that? And then you fall in love with the virtual person on your Cortana Connect.
That actually wasn't a very good segue. I just saw where it connected.
Connect.
Connect?
Connect.
It's no longer a part of console special edition consoles?
What? 4K?
Dude, special edition consoles, man. What do
All
you
right,
think about
let's
that?
talk about special edition consoles. So, I wish I had the screen capture stuff set up, but I'm still fighting with why the world Windows 10 takes up so much processing. I don't know. But regardless, irregardless, the special edition consoles was announced, a couple of note. The Halo 5 Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that one? And then the Star Wars one. Did you see the Star Wars ones?
Ooh.
Prepare to be disappointed.
I just saw one like in a Stormtrooper case.
Yeah, just prepare to be disappointed here. This is it.
Oh, it's just Darth
It is
Vader's
a
helmet?
picture. It is a picture of Darth Vader on it.
Okay, I mean,
And then it's
people
got
would like that.
hold on, this doesn't have a picture of the controller. It has an ugly controller. I'll find it here in a second. And we're going to we're not going to necessarily react to the look of these consoles.
yeah, just hit images, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, there it is.
It's white. Oh, that one's black with red
And then it's got this
D-pad.
one red button.
and the red circle.
Yeah, it's
What?
really weird. It doesn't look good at all. And then the internet took to the task of trying to make their own. But my question to you isn't necessarily about this, but let's talk. You have 3 categories.
Yes.
I only remembered 2 of them. The first one I know that was what are some of the special edition consoles that have released that you were like, man, those things look pretty tasty.
Well, I know that we're torn on this one. We're split.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But I thought that the Call of Duty, the Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare.
Another point for Mini-Stroke, by the way. It's in the double
Dang,
digits.
it's tied to me. I thought that was a very attractive console because I'm a sucker for gold highlights, and I like the two-tone. Like one half looked real digital, and the other half looked real metallic and rugged. And I thought that was a really cool look, especially the controller with the gold circles and stuff. But you don't like that at all?
Hold on. I'm wondering, when's the last time you looked at this thing?
Today.
Because I think that oftentimes you think like, man, I really would just like to eat an entire tub of ice cream. And then you go back and do it, and you're like, there's way too much diarrhea
Nah,
in
dude.
this decision.
I looked at this today.
This console is hideous.
Well, how so? It's two-tone with gold highlights. How is that hideous?
I just think it's hideous, dude.
I mean, the picture's kind of dumb, but the color and the two-tone and the gold, it's perfect.
It looks like somebody bought a Honda Civic and then tried to do their own detail kit on it. And it didn't turn out right because they were already 3 40s of Schlitz malt liquor into it. And they're like, gold here will look good. Gold here will look good. And why the world does it have this? I wish we could put this up on the screen. Why the world does it have this little AW tag right here?
Because it's Advanced Warfare.
But it's got an AW tag up here, too. And is that a QR code? Who uses QR codes anymore? Where's the top of this console? I need to know if that's a QR code. Does anybody in the chat or on YouTube have this console? Milky513 says the controller is one of the worst ones so far. The Titanfall is the best looking so far. It is. The Call of Duty is the most advanced as it has the updated firmware. The Darth Vader is the ugly duckling of the controller world.
Yes.
Yeah, the Call of Duty controller has the
What, the Titanfall one?
the plug-in. No,
Okay.
the plug-in. But it also, this console was good because it had the terabyte hard drive in it, which is featured in a lot of these.
Look at that gold.
Look, I just think gold. I don't like gold. There's my first problem.
There's
Gold
the
to
bias.
me, this looks cheap. Because if it's not real gold, it's just spray painted. Those are your 2 options. You can explain it to me any other way you want, but
Is
it's
this
either,
real silver because it's silvery?
Look, listen. No. But that looks spray painted. You were yelling like you did something. That is a QR code.
I got you on the silver.
Why is there a QR code on this? I'm gonna look up what the
from here?
I'm gonna look up what the QR code for the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare thing
It
does.
just says, "Congratulations, you just spent a lot of money."
It downloads a
You
$200. It downloads a $200 app on your phone. QR code for Call of Duty AW. QR code on limited edition console. I'm not scanning that thing, dude. I don't want a $200 app on my phone.
Hidden Project Anvil video. It's a
Okay,
video.
it just leads to a video. And this is going to lead me to a point that's really, we're kind of jumping ahead, and we'll come back to this because I've got a couple that I really liked. To me, a special edition console needs to be timeless. Because these are consoles that, if you're going to stick with them for the life of the generation, you're going to have for 5, 6, 7 years. If you're a guy who doesn't like to trade in his consoles, which is the guy I'm trying to become, then 10 years down the road, that QR code means nothing that's on that thing. This, to me, doesn't look timeless, especially because there's a new Call of Duty every year. Like, every year.
That's absolutely right.
So if I'm a Call of Duty fan,
You're gonna buy
am I trading this in and getting the Black Ops 3? I don't. There is no Black Ops.
But I wouldn't
so
say that
far.
I would buy this because it's Advanced Warfare because I hated that game.
But you're buying it for the aesthetic,
yes,
right? And I think if you're buying it for that reason, then fine. But in a timeless sense, like people aren't just fans of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare; they're fans of Call of Duty. And so, give me something that pays homage to the series of Call of Duty rather than just your 1-year iteration of it, knowing that you're going to turn around in 365 days and give me another turd that's been spray painted in gold. All right. Seriously, dude. This looks like a high schooler's Honda Civic, all right? Like, they aren't even using automotive paint. They're just out there with a can of, like...
Primer.
Yeah. They're not wearing a mask. It's not vented at all. They're having a great time. So, like, the couple straight lines in, they're high as a kite.
Oh, my gosh.
But it needs to be timeless for me. And so there's a couple
What
that
has
jump
been the
out.
timeless one? Yeah.
There's a couple that jump out to me. The first is the Nintendo 3DS XL that was modeled to look like the original Nintendo controller. Have you seen that?
Okay.
Do I need to give you a picture for reference?
I've seen cases resemble that, but I don't think I've ever seen the actual XL that looked like that.
Yeah, hold on. It should be one of the first pictures. See?
Okay. Oh, it's like the actual Nintendo and then the controller on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, hold on.
Because it has like the vent.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, like, that to me is timeless.
Mhm.
Because if I have a 3DS, I'm a Nintendo fan, and this pays homage to me as a Nintendo fan.
And that's still, you can just buy it.
Yeah, you can still
I thought
get
it'd
it.
be like, limited edition.
Nah, that's just a special edition console. And then the 20th anniversary PlayStation 4. Anniversary PS4. And they're coming out releasing just the controller for this thing, and I am so excited about it. But see, look how this just pays homage to PlayStation fans. It's in that original PS1 color. It's got the multicolored PlayStation logo rather than just the single color. That's also the color of the image on the button on the controller as well. And the controller's got that feel and that look like the original. It's using those faded colors on the buttons, It's just that's a timeless console. Like that can sit on my shelf, and a year from now I'm going to be like, I still love that thing. That thing's still awesome.
So you like when the new things look like the old things?
Yeah. I'm a throwback guy, man.
Okay.
I'm a throwback guy.
I mean, I can respect that. But one thing I would like to see, if it's okay to transition.
So we're going to
here,
desirable. All right. And can you give me your third category real quick? 'Cause I
it
don't
was
remember.
functional, like something that would work.
Okay.
Something that the person that likes this series would want that because it serves a function as well as aesthetics.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You want to go ahead and do that one?
No. You do that one. I'm going to think of that one because I don't
Okay.
have a clue.
Well, my personal one is just because I'm completely biased, but I would love to see a Borderlands one. And that's where the transition with the Cortana came in. What if the special edition, instead of Cortana, it was the Claptrap voice? And it critiques you with everything you do. It's like, oh, Netflix again? Or you have nobody's online because you have no friends. And just critiques you like Claptrap would do.
How long before you just turn that off?
It will have that feature to turn it off. But still, it's that you never know what he's going to say. It's like, oh, you're on Hulu. Don't you have to go to work? It just berates you because he's just a dumb robot. But I would like to experience that. And I didn't think of what it would look like. I guess it would just be like a sideways Claptrap because he's kind of this shape. And the button should be his eye. And when you turn it on, it goes, ow, instead of...
See, that's just going to...
You can turn it off.
I was about to say, like it's cute for a minute.
But it's for those fans that is like, dude, people have used Claptrap to propose. People have used Claptraps as tattoos. People spent probably $400 for that remote control Claptrap. People love them.
That's true. And again, if you're going to make people shell out the money for these consoles, because the people who are Halo 5 fans probably already own an Xbox One. And the Halo 5 one, the more I look at it, I still don't like it, but it's okay.
I think you were the one that came with the idea of like having two different ones. One that's modeled for Master Chief, the other one that's modeled for
Locke.
Locke.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, either that or it's dual-sided, and like the one side of it is crafted. Because you know how you have that two-tone Xbox One.
Two-tone.
It makes sense for the Halo one. It doesn't make any sense for the Call of Duty. Seriously. Hey, bro, you want to come down to my garage later and help me spray paint the spoiler on my Honda Civic? Bustle metallic spray paint, man.
Love it. Oh, this is a blast.
Anyway. See, there's not a video game I like enough that I would be like, I take that back. I don't want it like branded for the thing that I like. I'm a big fan of The Last of Us, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about it all the time. So maybe a PS4 that looks like it's been in the zombie apocalypse for 20 years, you know, and it's just kind of got some rough edges on it, and it looks a little dilapidated. Still runs perfectly fine,
Yeah,
mind you.
just the shell.
I just got to hit it on top of it really hard, like that. This is an IKEA table, dude. It's not going anywhere.
Well, I was just
Except
watching
when
it. I was seeing
Oh,
what
it's
it looked
just,
like.
yeah, like we had a mini stroke again. But anyway, so something like that. But even more so than a video game fan, I am a sports fan, and namely, I am a fan of the Boston Celtics. Got my
The
rhyme?
Celtics,
yeah,
yes.
the Boston Celtics. You might have heard of them. Then, so something that you know, they have the parquet floor at their arena.
Like
Parquet.
butter.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No one can stand. But no, it's they got the parquet flooring, so something that's maybe like that, and then maybe the PS button on my controller is like the Celtics logo, and then the rest of it's in Celtics green.
Okay.
I'd be all about that. Or a Player 3 podcast special edition console, dude.
Oh my gosh.
It's in that like gunmetal gray that we use, and it's got the green accents on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want to paint a PS4 for us and send it to us,
PS4 first.
and then we'll probably give it away. We'll give it
I
away.
like what Nookie said here. So the GLaDOS voice. It's classic too. If you're on that though, if you're into that,
If you're on that thought.
good at that. I need glasses. At this time, I don't think they have any plans to change the voice, as it takes a very long time to record the spoken
The spoken responses.
for Cortana, and then in the different languages. That's true. It's different languages too.
Yeah,
Wow, that must take a ton of time.
I imagine.
Do you think they got the Cortana too, or is it just us?
I imagine it'll probably roll out in stages, you know. But I don't know.
GLaDOS, that would be
Do
pretty
I look like
interesting.
Mr. Microsoft?
You're not? Then why are we hanging out?
No, I have no idea. I'm not rich at all. Even though I bought this house, now I'm house poor.
House poor.
Yep, that's when you can't afford your mortgage. So
So the
hit that tip jar, ladies and gentlemen.
The functional one I thought was, I don't know if people are still in the Skylanders, but if there's a special edition one where the shell of it had like built-in portals, that would be
So
interesting.
you don't have to have like the extra thing to put
Yeah,
your Skylanders
it's
on top.
there. It's like a part of it. Like you just set it on there, and because I know that you have to buy those separately, and some don't work with some, but just have the portals already in the shell. It's just like a one-stop shop. Boom, you're ready to go.
Milky 513 says I'm hood rich but house poor.
That's
right.
it. He knows it.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. So that's why I got my hat on backwards.
Is
But anyway.
Skylanders a thing still? Like, are people still
Yeah.
into that?
Oh, yeah, dude. They just announced the new Skylanders. It was one of the last things I wrote for Geezerama.
So there you go. Built-in portals.
Yep. They're going to have cars in the new Skylanders. They're going to be able to put a carport on it. Not like a carport that you drive under.
Really?
I don't understand, dude. I don't
know
get it. My
why.
wife plays Skylanders. I don't play Skylanders.
They're monsters, and some of them fly.
But why would you fly when you can drive?
Oh, yeah.
A
You
car.
got me on that because I love traffic.
Love it, man. It's a video game, dude. You're the guy that stops at every stoplight in GTA, aren't you? You're like,
Okay.
just beep, 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 beep.
When I was little,
I'll gun down an old lady, but I ain't stopping at a stoplight.
when I was little, I got this game called Driver, and I seriously did that in the beginning because I'm like, am I gonna get pulled over for this? Because I was like
Oh,
11.
you were just naive.
I just didn't know what I was supposed to do, and then when I realized,
You're like,
what
I
I
don't
could
see
do-
a single posted speed limit.
Driver. That's the game that I was real timid at first. Then it opened up the darkness inside me, and I just started hitting everything.
See, I bought one Christmas. I don't understand how we got here. Ooh, that would be a special edition console that comes with like a sweet driving setup for like Forza 5 or something like that.
There was a Forza special edition, but I don't think it did anything
No, it doesn't have
fancy.
anything
It was
like
just blue.
that. Yeah, it's just a different color console. And I'm all about that too. Give me color options. Like I had the N64 translucent orange,
Oh yeah.
and that was such a sexy console, dude.
They had the whole rainbow, right? Like translucent green and yellow and
Yeah,
red.
yeah.
Because I've seen somebody had like a stand-up bookshelf and one in each of them. It was beautiful.
Yeah. I'm all about that.
That's really smart.
And
Why don't they
again,
do that, though?
that's timeless. What's that?
Why haven't we seen that? It just costs too much money to do that anymore. Like
Yeah,
you
well-
don't want to see we don't want to see what's inside of it.
Well, it's not necessarily about wanting to see what's inside of it, but how do you know how many to make? You know, you got like let's say I do orange, blue, yellow, green. All the oranges sell out, but the greens are staying on the shelf, and like I'm losing money because you got to test the market somehow with it, and who wants what. And if greens aren't selling, I'm stuck with a bunch of green consoles that are never going to sell. And I think that's mainly the reason for it. Okay. But anyway, so I first got what's up, Empty Vials, and thanks for the follow, Killer is awesome. But anyway, one year for Christmas I got a wheel and Need for Speed something. I don't remember which one, but I was like 13 and I was like, I'm gonna start training for when I have to go get my learners. So I'm gonna just drive according to the law. And there was a Best Buy in the game, and I was like, just got to go to Best Buy. So I drove to Best Buy legally the first night, and then again I was like, this is not fun.
What was this for?
Huh?
What was this for?
I don't remember what game it was. I really don't. I'm so terrible at that sort of stuff. Like when you ask me these questions about like pondering my video game past, I'm like, I repress a lot of that stuff.
Ooh, repress the darkness. I love Milky here. It says, on Driver 2, my son would do the same thing and stop at every red light because he was worried the cops would arrest him. It would drive me crazy, and I would make him drive through the lights.
Milky513, you understand parenting, all right? Or as I like to call it, unparenting. Unparenting. It's a video that I made one year where I taught a kid that if his dad comes in and tells him to clean his room and he doesn't want to, and he's just pour gasoline all over it and burn it down. I'll show you, Dad.
I'll show you, Dad.
Never having to clean my room ever again.
That was spectacular.
Unparenting.
That was one of my favorite videos.
Thanks for that follow, Crazy Glue 11. Ooh. I love Crazy Glue. That stuff's awesome.
Hey, we just bought some yesterday.
Yasser Arafat Day.
Mm-hmm. You don't celebrate that every day?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Is that all you have?
That's all I got for that. Now I'm excited for this next topic.
All right, next topic. We always like to make our third topic about really whatever we want to. And so I have an idea for next week. You want me to show it to you right here? Here, hold on.
Ew, that's disgusting. Why would you draw that?
Oh, yeah, my fault. That's for later.
That's way too short.
So here's a question for next week. Just get yourself prepped for that.
Oh, okay.
You like that? Okay. You like that? It's
Dude,
vague.
I have one. I do it all the time.
I do too.
Woo!
Yeah. Woo! Up top. All right. Anyway. We like to talk about random stuff for the third topic. A couple weeks ago, we talked about perfect albums. We've talked about Taco Bell delivering, all this sort of stuff. So this week, my question to you is, let's say someone who has no idea who you are puts you in charge, because that's the only way that's happening. All right?
Wait, you don't trust me?
No.
You're going to prison.
Why do you think I say I'm your host, Luke Croft, and with me is Dizzy Cooper?
Oh,
it's a trust issue.
I want to...
Thanks for that follow. Ninja Jack 78. So here's my question to you. You've been placed in charge.
Mm-hmm.
What are 3 laws that you're going to create?
Ooh.
3 laws that you would create to better the land.
Oh, so these better the land.
So these can't be just self-serving things like everybody's got to give me $5 or everyone's got to tell me how attractive I am, or Courtney Cox has to date me.
If I don't tell you how attractive you are, I have to go to prison.
What?
You're saying that if I don't tell you how attractive you are, I have to go to prison?
Well, you can't make that a law because it's already a law.
Is that why there's so many prisons?
That's right. That's why everyone's in it, because no one tells me how attractive I am. We've been watching Friends, and I just need to get this off my chest. Like, everyone's all about Jennifer Aniston, but it's all about Courtney Cox in that show. She's awesome. She's going to keep the apartment clean.
Yeah, but why does everybody overlook Phoebe?
Look.
She's the innocent one.
She's also crazy. There's some sayings about crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I'm not attracted to Phoebe.
It's like acid.
Yes. Yeah. You don't want to start because it gets stuck in your brainstem. Regardless.
Irregardless. Okay. So, my first law, this is very close to my heart because it's an experience. Yes, Smelly Cat. It's an experience I had not too long ago. Okay. When I lived in Indiana, my wife and I, well, she wasn't my wife at the moment. We were still engaged.
Whoa!
We were engaged. And we would go to the movies all the freaking time. Like, seriously, we would go maybe 2 times a week because we're just movie people. So when we came here to Virginia, we would have to drive 25, 30 minutes to get to the nearest theater. So we went to one in Danville.
Keep going.
we had to go to this place called Danville. And we were watching a movie. And some young girls came in. They were maybe like 16. Oh, my goodness. They would not stop talking and laughing and just making noise. So we actually were able to get a refund and get to come back another time. So this one's very close to my heart. That if you talk in a movie theater, and you can stop, you don't have to talk in a movie theater, so you can, get by. But if you talk in a movie theater and you're called upon, or a policeman is involved, or whoever is enforcing the law, you have to pay for everyone's admission because you ruined their time. Like, I spent $20, you give me $20 for ruining it.
I spent $20 on this movie, and you all of a sudden just start yelling "fire, fire" in the middle of it. It's a total loss. It's a total loss at the movie theater. I'm just sitting here trying to enjoy this rerun of 50 First Dates with Rob Schneider switching roles with Adam Sandler. They reshot it for some reason, and you ruined the movie, even though the whole place burnt down and you saved my life.
Hey, I mean,
what's the discretion here? What if my cat's going into labor? And I'm like, I need a vet. Is there any vets in here?
You brought a cat to the movie theater?
Yeah, we were watching the rerun of Milo and Otis, where Milo and Otis switched roles.
Wait, does this still involve Rob Schneider in a very racist role?
Rob Schneider is Milo.
Rob Schneider is Milo.
Here's your stapler.
Oh, jeez. All right. That's my first one. I have another selfish one, and then a good one.
Okay, well, we'll go back and forth. We'll do the oscillating fan thing. All right. So, my first one is that I used to work at a grocery store, and if you are struggling to motivate either yourself or your child to go to college, work or make them work at a grocery store. It's the single reason I went to college. So I'm like, I am not doing this for the rest of my life. All right. So I worked at a grocery store, and on Saturday mornings I would open, and then when the next person would come in, they would put me on the express lane. Okay. And we always had those people who they give you this look, like they got a cart full, and there's people standing in the two other lines, and they're like, is it okay? Is it okay? And I would always go, no. Until
for real?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
until
tough.
I got in trouble, and they're like, if the person wants to come through the express line and they've got a bunch, you can't tell them no. I'm like,
what's the point of the
then
express
what's the
line?
point of the express line? All right. Anyway, now we go to Walmart all the time, and you guys know Walmart got 14 million checkout lines, and 3 of them are open. 2 of them are express lanes. All right. And I'm always going through, I've got a Coke Zero, whatever Blu-ray I'm about to buy, some sort of candy bar, and then something that I'll eventually just put in the candy section that I'm not planning on buying anymore. But then there's the person in front of me that's trying to restock his 5-star restaurant because for some reason he's ran completely out of food. And so he's got 120 items. He's in the express lane. So my law would be, it's called the delay tax.
Okay.
So you got 150 items in there in the 12 item or less thing. You can go through, but you're paying $1 for every item over you go. So you got 125 minus the 12. That's 113. So you're going to pay 113 extra dollars
just to go through the express line.
And that money gets divvied up among everyone behind you.
Oh, dude, then
I just threw that in there. I like that.
I'm going to spend all my days at Walmart and just prowl around for that person. I'm going to get right behind them.
It's going to be a full-time job, yeah.
Okay, I like that one.
And then if there's anyone behind you, you're just like, this guy's just, the register's broke. They said go over to the other line.
And just get all of it. Beautiful.
I love Walmart because they don't do a conveyor belt at the express lane. You know, like you're going to have to be able to get it on this little table. But people don't care.
Man, they don't. You're right.
I'll tell you some good grocery store stories maybe later in the after party lounge. Go ahead.
My second one. See, the ones that I'm starting out with, I believe that
you keep talking. I'm listening. I'm going to go find a pen.
Okay, they give the victims retribution. It allows the people to be able to react when something happens, when these things happen to them. So the person's talking. The retribution is that they get a refund. So this next one is also another thing that's very near and dear to my heart. Not because I've done it or because I've been a part of it, but it's something that I want to do. There are so many chords. That was like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Seriously, if you are wondering if you could compete on American Ninja Warrior, come over to the podcast room and try to navigate back to this chair. All right?
But my next one would be People are always on their phone. Like, people just don't stop. For real. People are, like, I'm on mine right now. But people need to stop being on their phone while they're driving. So my law would be, it's in the victim's hands. Not necessarily the police officers or whoever is upholding the law. It's in the victim's hands. So if you're ever in a fender bender and the person who hit you was texting, you are in the complete right to immediately smash their phone onto the ground. Immediately.
Yes.
I think that would be good because it's going to hinder people from using the phone while driving, which is going to save a bunch of lives. Plus, it's going to allow the victim who just got rear-ended for the dumbest reason ever because they were looking at their phone to just get back at them. So it's a win-win. It helps people from getting hit and dying, and it helps the person deal with their angst and their anger.
Now, if I am an economical individual, can I choose not to throw their phone on the ground and rather I just keep the phone?
Oh, no.
What?
No, because you're not gaining from it.
Well, you were saying yes. What did you think I was getting at?
That you just don't smash their phone. Like it's
How's
in your
that
right to
economical
not,
of me?
because you're simulating charger cord sales. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What? Mini Stroke 11.
I don't know.
I don't know what you just said.
Well, if you're simulating the economy, it means you can buy more stuff for the iPhone.
No, I'm not saying I'm economical in that sense. I'm saying I am self-economically aware.
Okay, so you just want to go around stealing stuff now.
So can I put it, hopefully it's in a life proof, and then I'll just throw it on the ground, and then I'll be like, I'll clean it up for you, but it's fine. I'll put it in my pocket.
I was thinking economical as in America, but you were like, you solely as the economical person here.
Right. That's going to stimulate the economy. You know me. I'm not putting that jank in a savings account. I'm going to go buy something. I'm going to go sell that phone to somebody. I'm going to tell them it's an AT&T phone. It's a Verizon phone. They can't unlock it because they were too dumb to check. So, and then I'm going to go buy Coke Zero, candy bar, and whatever.
Blu-ray.
That's right.
Goodness.
I like that law.
What is this drawing I'm seeing?
Well, hold on. So, Lauren and I went to the beach a few weeks ago, and there was this guy that was just tailgating us the entire time, but he was weaving in and out of the traffic too. And we were in a construction zone, so it was one lane, and he was like almost knocking over cones. And then he goes to pass us, and it's like this 16-year-old kid on a phone, and I was just very, very upset. But anyway, here's my rule. Also dealing with cars. Okay. This is a road. I don't know if you can see this. You can't.
Can you angle it down a little bit?
Ah, yes. All right, so this is a road. All right, so the top traffic, it's flowing. It's flowing this way. It's flowing this way, correct? And this is flowing that way. And here's a median, all right? Now, if you don't know what's going on here, when you come to one of these, if you are traveling in this direction, you need to go to the far lane of the median if you are turning. So I will draw it on here. All right. And then this one comes here.
This isn't going to translate well for the...
I don't care. No, this doesn't go audio. This is full video.
Okay, good.
All right. So the arrows indicate where you're supposed to pull. You're not supposed to pull into the closest lane to you. All right. You're supposed to pull into the farthest lane. So this would be... It's so hard doing this looking at this camera right here. Anyway, we live in the most moronic town when it comes to drivers. I am fully convinced. It's like they took a sliver of Ohio and put it in Southwest Virginia around here. Because Ohio has the worst drivers. And I think either Milky or Empty Vials is from Ohio, and I apologize.
I don't apologize.
But Ohio has the single worst drivers in the universe. First of all, if you let them out and it's not their right of way, they don't even wave at you, all right, which should be a law in and of itself. But regardless, so if I go to turn into a median and you are in my lane, I am fully within my right to cause a head-on collision with you, and you have to pay for all of the damages to my car.
It's very similar to something that Demetri Martin said. He said he wants a law to where you can legally just crash your car into another car once a year.
I've been asked if I can make a diagram for Britain.
Just flip it
Hold on.
upside
No,
down.
no, I've got. All right. No, see, because this is how they get it. They get it in.
The turnstile?
They get it because theirs look like this. They use
Turnstile, I think.
it's a roundabout. That's what they're
Okay.
called, not a turnstile. They use the roundabout. They get it. More places need roundabouts. No, they don't. Seriously.
You think the people here would understand?
No, no, they wouldn't. See, we live in a NASCAR town, so people would just think they're supposed to drive 150 miles an hour around the
Just constantly.
thing.
Think you turn left gooder than me?
Got my pit balls butters here. All right, so yeah, that's my and I don't have a third law, so I'm gonna have to think while you talk.
Well, this is a good one. I think this is helpful. Now, I know a lot of our listeners aren't living in America.
Aren't living.
Living in America. So, but I'm sure they've obviously heard that we have quite the what's the word? Oh yeah, I don't even know. We are just presumed as being incredibly fat people.
Do I need to stand up again?
No, you do not need to stand up again. So you can blame, how we eat, what we drink, the fact that we don't exercise and stuff like that. Yes. But there's also a lot of people in America that don't eat because they don't have the money to. They're homeless and they just kind of have to root around for whatever and, rely on handouts and stuff. So my thought was, how can we tackle the obesity epidemic, as the scientists would say?
I wouldn't try to tackle obese people.
They got a good center of gravity. It's really hard to knock them over.
Fantastic.
And the hunger issue. So here's the deal. How about for every $5 or $10, I don't know yet, but for every $5 that you spend at McDonald's, you are legally required to buy a hamburger for a homeless dude. That would both cause people who don't want to buy the burger for the homeless dude to cut back, as well as the people who don't care and just want all their Big Macs will have to buy 2-3 hamburgers for this dude on the side of the street.
Every single Republican would be skinny.
Woo. Political 3 podcast.
Political 3 podcast. They're like, I ain't buying a hamburger for a homeless man. That guy can get a job. Anyway, yeah, the J-Strip says you just cured world hunger. I'm all right with that.
All right. I mean, it's helpful. You're
I'm
giving back while you're taking in.
What's the word for somebody who looks out for humanity? A full-on
Philanthropist.
philanthropist. So I'm okay with that law. I like that law. I still don't have a third one. I have no idea.
It's okay, dude. It's all right. It's not an issue.
The third rule is that there are no rules except for the first 2 rules. So you better not go through the express lane, or you better not turn in that median wrong, and then everything else fair game.
I have a bonus one.
Oh.
That's real.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'm from West Virginia. Go figure. Even though we're in
I
South.
would just like for that place to have laws.
Yes. Now I'm living in Southwest Virginia, but not Southwest Virginia. I'm from Southwest Virginia, but now I live in Southwest Virginia. That's really kind of ridiculous. So I didn't move at all. But West Virginia, we have a lot of dumb stuff. But we have a specific law that I think is hilarious. It has to do with public intoxication. Now, that's already a misdemeanor that, if you get caught with public intoxication, you can get taken to the drunk tank and then released. It's not anything crazy. But there's a law in West Virginia that when you are caught publicly intoxicated, you can legally be fined $1 for every curse word you say. So if you're just sitting there ranting while you're drunk,
It's like
they're just like tallying every cuss word you say. Like, that's $15 right there.
It's like a government-sponsored swear jar.
It is. It absolutely is. Oh, you said that word. You got to put $1 into. Perfect. The drunk jar right next to the drunk tank.
I like it.
I think it's kind of ridiculous because when you're drunk, you kind of just say whatever anyways.
I also think the drunk take would be a great place, great name for a place that was an aquarium/bar. Come on down to the drunk tank. You can get hammered and pet our stingrays.
Yes.
But I've got my hand like in the great white shark tank, the great white sharks tank, because we couldn't afford a great white shark, so we just shark the thing of water and convince people there's stingrays in it.
The West Virginia swear jar. I love it. I didn't even think of it that way.
That's awesome, dude. Trying to tap into that. I bet that's the entire state budget probably.
Oh, we don't put any of it towards the roads. Also, West Virginia coined and we actually created. I'm going to say that created a gum disease called Mountain Dew mouth.
What?
Yes, I didn't tell you about this.
No.
Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, so when you live in West Virginia, there's a lot of people that still live in the mountains. And I was lucky enough to be born and raised in one of our small cities. So I wasn't raised in the mountains. But for some people, it is way more economically safe and smart to buy Mountain Dew than it is to buy water. So you have these kids growing up in the mountains of West Virginia doing nothing but drinking Mountain Dew, and it's like corroding their mouths. And some dentists figure out that it's pretty much started and is running rampant in my state, in West Virginia. And they call it Mountain Dew mouth. So we created an all-new tooth disorder. It's amazing.
Sounds like a pretty fun disease.
That's what we've given to society. That's what we've done as a state.
It's maybe not a fun disease to have, but it's definitely a fun disease to get.
Mountain Dew with some pumpkin spice.
Seriously, dude. Rhett and Link, will it pumpkin spice? Great video.
Great video.
Pumpkin spice Mountain Dew. If you are listening to me, Mr. Pepsi, can I call you Mr. Pepsi? Or do you want to be called Stan? I don't know.
Stan Pepsi.
I think that's his name. But regardless, Rhett and Link's pumpkin spice Mountain Dew. Make it happen. Or Luke and Diz pumpkin spice Mountain Dew. We'll pull that rug right out from under him.
We're really going to go up against them.
We'll just cut this part from the video.
Yeah, dude, legal problems now.
That's right. All you have to do is type up a document and just backdate it to like, I don't know, February 30th, 2008.
And that's when we did it.
That's
first.
when we did it. As you can see, my client on the 30th of February of the year of our Lord 2008.
You're there with a powdered wig.
Yeah. Just a powdered wig. I've been held in contempt and I'm in a jail cell. I'm still just defending myself.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So that was 3 Topic Thursday with Luke and Diz. Stick around for the after party lounge, and we're going to hang out with you in the chat. Twitch.tv/Player3Podcast, YouTube.com/Player3Podcast. Go follow this dude on Twitter @Zombeezy. He hasn't tweeted in years, but he's going to start.
Years?
And go follow me @TK from Antioch. And be on the lookout all week. Every team gets a stream on Madden 16 for the 20 hours between me and Ben. Over the weekend, we're going to play with or against every team in the NFL. Put it on youtube.com/Player3Podcast. We're out of here, and we love you. And Diz, he's attractive.
I'm also the fat one now.
True. All right.
Well, like I do for every after show.
You gotta go pee.
I gotta pee.
And so I'm going to stick around here in the chat. Lucario BC, first of all, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for making us aware of your brother's Kickstarter campaign. However, I don't have time right now to watch the video, so I will check out the video. Cybernethy, how's it going, buddy? Friend of the show, Cybernethy, gave us a $15 tip last week. Real awesome dude. Cybernethy is a follower, Milky513, but good job. You were modding. You were a great mod. We also promoted the J-Strom to moderator. We got rated earlier. It was not fun. I don't know. Is rating on Twitch a good thing? Because we got 2 followers out of it, and that's good. However, they're also really annoying in the chat. That was not good. Because we're a cool community here. What's up, Tedster629? All right, I'm going to wait for Diz to cover this question the J-Strom asked right at the beginning of our stream. Oh, a Twitch raid is a very good thing. Okay. Awesome. See, they were just talking about how it's a Twitch raid. And then Moobot. I need to just deactivate Moobot. Moobot. Hey, Diz. Does Moobot do anything good for us?
I have not seen it. I mean, it doesn't like when people use caps.
So how do I tell him to quit?
But doesn't he also block from just random people posting links?
Yeah, but if we have a moderator in the chat, we don't have to worry about that. We've got good moderators now.
Oh, we really do.
Yeah. So we're going to deactivate Moobot so that doesn't happen again. But anyway. So the J-Strom asked, what do we have planned for our new set?
Oh, snap. I have plenty of ideas, but we haven't really ran them past anybody. But I think the best idea we've had was to have each of us, the 5 of us, to bring something that represents them and their favorite game. I think that's like the coolest idea we've had thus far. And then we can just add stuff. I'm kind of the, I was put in charge of this for some reason. As you can see, I've done mad work on this wall.
He has a very autistic eye where he can see spaces. Is that artistic eye? I always get those mixed up. He's got the artistic eye.
Oh my God.
He can see the space and he can paint
That's
it.
still autistic, though.
He's got the art.
Oh my God.
The artistic.
But there's a lot of interesting ideas rolling around. We just got to give it a shot.
Yeah.
We're going to have a big Van Halen poster. We talked about that.
Yeah. I'm very excited about this space. Like we bought a house that has a downstairs, like a basement, and the basement is kind of my area to do whatever I want in. So we're going to stream from the other room in there. I'm actually going to set a TV over there too to be able to stream on when it's like me and Ben or me and you, and we need to use the mics, and so that'll be good. Maybe we'll give you a tour of this place in a YouTube video. So go subscribe over on youtube.com/player3podcast, and we may do that in the next few weeks. We've got a lot of big things planned for this room and for this podcast, a lot of new stuff coming down the pipeline. Look out next Monday for a new show, not titled yet, but where Ben and I are going to sit down and we're going to talk about sports video games. And I'm excited about that because I am passionate about sports video games. My first game I ever played was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But then the first game I really got addicted to was Triple Play Baseball 95. Roy295 says, hey, shout out from Israel. Love your streams. Thank you for tuning in, man. We do this for you guys. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about sports games, but when we do that just on our regular show, like people check out because it's very niche. You know, you got to be into sports and you got to be into video games, and there's like that crossover that you have to have, and we don't necessarily get that all the time. So dedicated show so that we don't waste people's time who are here to just hear us talk about video games when we start going off on a rant about sports. So Monday morning we're going to debut that show. Captaru. He asks, how old are you? I am 25.
I'm 26. I'm going to be 27 in October.
So probably too old.
To be doing this?
Just too old. Be living regardless.
Oh, gosh. We living to die now?
Young and free, baby. Hey, I'm going to drop this in the chat because Lucario BC has been asking, and we haven't really checked any of this stuff out, but it looks kind of cool, so we'll drop it in the chat. You can become a friend of the show, which gives you a link in the chat down below. Cybernethy, if you can email us the link that you want as friend of the show for your $15 tip, we'll drop a link with your name in it also. So anyway, Kickstarter.com, and I'm searching for
Lovely Thoughts.
Lovely Thoughts.
Oh, it was right there.
Oh, was it?
Right there.
Lovely
Thoughts.
And I'm going to drop this in the chat.
It's a film.
Yeah, it's a film.
Cool. I thought it would be like, seemed like a game or something, but yeah, it's a film.
No. So yeah, check that out, you guys. Thanks for the follow, Tedster629. You were awesome. It was a fun show today, man. I had a blast. I had a large cup of coffee in here.
In you still?
It's still in me. Haven't peed it out yet.
We have some any questions we've seen?
Huh?
Any questions we've seen?
In here?
Yes.
No. But I do want to continue to talk about some of the plans, not all of the plans that we have for this show. So we've got the sports show coming down. We're gonna start doing some awesome stuff with our set. We're probably gonna be able to move this camera out and do some really cool things back here. And I think the video quality is finally where we want it. The audio quality is getting there. You know, we're going to upgrade this computer probably with a little bit more RAM so we can do some more stuff. I'm very excited. We're going to try to do more streams, some more stuff going over on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel's starting to look good. I need to do a banner. The problem is the banner has to be a very specific size for YouTube, and I just need to do that. I would like to get a picture of us, preferably without clothes on. So, yeah.
What about my 8-bit, 16-bit?
Oh, Diz is working on these 16-bit faces of us,
You just want the faces?
or faces and I don't know. You're the creative director.
Huge, though, but I want to do something different with them.
Yeah, but those are going to be awesome. Yeah, and then some other stuff that we're not going to tell you about
Under wraps.
Under wraps, because we really don't have any idea all the details about that either. We it's been a busy summer, man. Like,
Yes.
when's the last time we were all together? It's been a long time since we were all
Oh,
together.
gosh.
So it's probably
right.
been 2 months.
It really has.
So we'll all get together, do that sort of stuff. So anyway, let's see. Oh, ow.
Watch yourself.
Will Gary be in the picture, or will it just be a blank outline for Gary?
Like his unlockable character.
I'm working on getting Modbot in here so that we can actually do butt bucks. And the account that I've created for Modbot is Gary P3P. So he'll be the guy who gives people the Modbot updates.
The butt bucks is going to be a currency.
That's right. So,
oh, my goodness.
So you guys can start collecting those butt bucks, entering into giveaways and doing all that sort of stuff. You know who's going to love it? Larry.
He's just 8-bit, 16-bit school. I want to show them you.
Oh, yeah.
You're the one I did of you, I think is my favorite. And then Seth is my second favorite. Let me see if I can bring those up.
Dizzy really is the artistic talent out of all of us. Larry can draw a little bit, but when it comes to just being super creative, oh no.
Well, here's all of them right here. There's you and Seth. These are my favorite ones.
All right, can you walk it up to the camera and
I
show
can.
them?
Let's see if they know that it is Seth and you.
Well, they do now. Spoiler alert, guys. All right, here Diz comes with the whoa.
Not what I expected. Wait, where's it at? Oh, geez. Oh, it's like reversed.
It's all right, man. That looks good. It's looking good. So check those things out. Who else? You have all 5 of us, right? So remaining a secret. But yeah, that's the direction we're going with that. We're gonna start doing. I don't know if anyone would be interested, but some Player 3 podcast shirts. Hopefully.
Really?
Yeah. Ben's got some connections, so be looking out for those. Like this whole new space is kind of going to propel us into a totally different.
It's giving us some
area.
Good energy, man.
Yeah, man.
It's good area.
Good vibe.
I no longer have to worry about the dog. The dogs are down here sometimes.
Yeah, but they won't ever be down here while we're doing our
They
show.
won't be creeping in through that door that never latches.
He's climbing in your window. He's snatching your people up. I better stop. I'm gonna get a copyright. I'm just kidding. That's called
Dead giveaway.
That's such a good song. What have you been playing lately, Diz?
I rebought Far Cry 4.
That's right.
So I've been playing that a lot. But when I'm not playing that, I'm playing Shadow still. I really enjoy that. It's so one-dimensional, though, but I love doing the sneaking around and stabbing. And it's a lot less stressful than Assassin's Creed is.
Right.
And I like that. Like, I'm super bad when it comes to stealthy things. Like, that's why I don't really do much of, like, the Hitman or the Metal Gear Solid, stuff like that. I can't do that. I'm a very run-and-gun kind of guy. So wait for Fallout. That's a smart idea because that's going to be the big one.
Big
one.
Yeah. So let's talk about this for a minute. We talk about this every now and then, but I don't like to always make it a topic. So rest of the year, as far as what's coming out, what are you excited about? Well, let me tell you what I'm playing. Chat, you let us know what you're excited about coming out in the rest of 2015, and then but I'm going to tell you what I've been playing. So Madden 16 is going to be what's on the docket all weekend. We got 20 hours with the game, and we're going to spend all 20 hours with the game and try to push all 20 hours of that content basically out onto our YouTube channel. I think that's going to be awesome.
Good.
Playing with the Dolphins a little later tonight. It's going to be great. And then I've been playing a lot of the shows still, and we got back into Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Good.
We've been playing a lot of Halo 4 actually, like the multiplayer for it. Which now that they don't have the ordnance drops in, they took those out. It's so much fun to play. Like, it's so smooth and it's so satisfying because I run around with the DMR, the headshots. Jump back into that. So, what are you excited about
so
for the rest of the year?
I think September, that was the Mad Max release, I do believe.
Yes.
October, that's going to be Rock Band 4. November, it's Halo 5, I do believe.
No, Halo 5 is in October.
Oh, it's in October? Oh,
Yes.
jeez.
Yes.
And then in the future, May for the Division.
March. The only reason I know that is because it's coming out so close to my birthday. The day that I was birthed
Even better.
from my mother.
Ooh, Rainbow Six, yep, that's coming.
Yeah,
We got
Rainbow
the,
Six Siege is coming. We got a
got
beta.
that beta.
However, it got delayed. It was supposed to be coming out in October. It's going to be coming out December 1st.
Wait, the game or the...
No, the game.
Okay.
The beta.
Still...
Yeah, they're going to take the beta stuff and rebalance. You know, they're going to use that. They thought they needed some extra time with it. We'll talk about it on Monday, and you'll be fully caught up to speed on it. Let's see. What else do we have on here? Roy295 says he's waiting on Fallout. As well as Rainbow Six Siege. Milky513 says still waiting on the Division so I can turn rogue on the P3P crew. Look, man, I'm just telling you, we're gonna have a P3. We're gonna have a P3P army on this thing. All right, when you can try to go rogue on us, well, we're gonna kill you. We made a pact. We're getting that game on Xbox, by the way, so you can play with us, so we can all play together. Because
it's a good day. Today was a good day.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be good because we are all making a pact with one another. We made it on a show. I got to go find the clip from that show so I can bring it up in case anything happens. But all four of us made a pact, and then I'm getting you in on this, that we will never go rogue against each other. That if I've got some awesome weapon that we found in the dark zone together, that Ben can't turn and start shooting me for it. All right?
What's the penalty if he signs it and then does that?
Huh? He pays the iron price. We behead him.
Oh, okay.
And then we hang his head on a spike so that everyone else knows. Anyway. Empty Vial says we should just get some donations together and get him a real console like a PS4. Hey, that would be awesome. In fact, that'd be great. Make it a P3P.
I'm not the only one. Larry doesn't have one too.
Yeah, but we can't taint the name of Sony by having Larry get a PlayStation. All right? He is vehemently against.
He is.
Vehemently against it. Although Microsoft continues to disappoint him just by taking split screen out of Halo.
That's a big one. That's a big one for him.
Roy295 says, is Dead Island 2 still coming out? I am 90% sure. If we see it, it's going to be years before we see it. You know, because Deep Silver took off. Anyway.
Well,
Mad Brock, that's Ryan says Larry's got it right.
Man, the thing with Dead Island 2 is that trailer, man, it just didn't have the same feel, the same intensity and emotion as the first one did.
It was an utter change of
joke.
Yeah. I was like, is this, and I've said it on the podcast before, but I'm like, is this Sunset Overdrive?
Yeah.
That was just the feel that you get from it. Mm-hmm. And Empty Vial says, yeah, but who cares about Larry? Ooh. Don't hurt Larry's feelings like that. I'm just kidding. He's not here. You can hurt his feelings. He's not going to watch this video because we won't put this on YouTube. Never happened. How you like that?
Never happened?
It never happens. Like a nightmare. Empty Vial says he's waiting on Red Dead 2. There's news of backwards compatibility coming later this week. Some more games being added to us for us preview members. Hello.
For you preview members.
I can invite you to the preview program if you would like to be a part of the preview program.
Oh. That's as simple as that?
Yeah.
You're holding out on me?
Yeah, my dude.
Holding out.
No, I'm not holding out on you. Just some people don't want to be a part of it because you know you're in the beta of it. So if anything goes haywire, like it can mess up your Xbox potentially. It never has happened, and it's never it's messed up stuff before, but never permanently. It's always stuff that they get fixed pretty quick.
If Roy is waiting for Half-Life 3, have fun with that.
Roy295, you have to sing a C note until until Half-Life 3 comes out.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right?
That's the only way.
That's the only way, man. If anyone wants an invite, let me know, and I'll send you an invite, Milky513. So if you want an invite, just drop your gamer tag in the chat, and Milky513 will make sure you get an
Look
invite.
at that.
Milky,
We
So
have some
good.
amazing moderators.
yeah, you guys are awesome. We love our community of people. We thank you guys for tuning in. We're not going anywhere just yet because we're having a blast. I'm having fun here in the chat. But, yeah, the Xbox preview program, if you want to be a part of it, I can get you. I got you. Because I know you don't really want to give out your gamer tag.
Oh, I mean, I don't care to. It's just I've been told that I'm never online.
I'd never see you online, and I think I made you a let me go. It may just be I don't have you as a favorite.
Or
'Cause that's the
I'm
only way you
probably
get a
hidden, to be
notification.
honest with you, because there are some people I do not want to see.
Such as, I need names,
Names and gamer tags and how I know them.
such as download a hoagie. That's me, by the way. That's
Who
that joke.
bombed Trady?
Let's see.
Nah, dude, I'm probably just hidden, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, you're on my favorites.
I got to fix that. Then.
Sunshine Brule is my cousin. Who cares?
Who cares?
So they call it back when I was a little Stevie.
Trying to Shanghai me?
Oh,
We're both hunks. Check, please. Now we're just going to quote Steve Rule from here on out.
Yeah, so this is gonna spiral downward.
Yeah, stop it while it starts.
That's right. So, I think your wife's probably here by now.
I would hope so, because it takes 4 minutes to get from work to here. And if she's not here...
So do you always like detail time, how long it takes to
Dude,
get to where I am?
listen,
from
listen.
where you are.
Listen, if there is someone in this world who is almost oppressed because of his obsession with time, it's me. Like, I can't be late for anything.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
always
dude.
30 minutes early before I need to be somewhere. So time is incredibly important to me, and it's kind of debilitating sometimes.
Yeah. See,
Um,
this is why you and I are close. Like I'm close to all you guys, but for different reasons. But you and I are close because we are cut from the same cloth in that capacity. I would rather be 30 minutes early than 30 seconds late to anything. Like I was walking into work this morning. It's 7:29. I get to work at 7:30, and I'm like, I got to get my key in the door before this thing turns to 7:30. All right, so.
yeah.
Yep.
It's, so I know the time, like, I'm getting stressed thinking about it, man.
Yeah, and there's nothing that puts me in a worse mood than being late. So,
Have you or would you come to Ireland?
yeah, I was going to ask you.
Oh, man.
Cayenne or Kian? Clan?
Clan.
Is that an L?
I think it's an L, yeah. I don't have my glasses on.
It says, have you or would you come to Ireland?
I have not went to Ireland, but would I? Well, I would go to Ireland, but to be honest with you, it wouldn't be my like number one go-to place. Like,
Where is your number one go-to place?
That's a good question. I am completely British. Like my last name's Cooper. It's still British. It means barrel maker. When we
David
came-
Tennant, I'm completely British.
when my family came to America, it stayed British. So I like to hold that close, that England's my motherland. So I'd like to go there first because it's where my ancestors are from. And I'm very interested in genealogy. I'm very interested in history and heritage. So that would be my number one, somewhere in England. But Ireland, that does sound like a blast because it is beautiful. And it like London, I don't think it looks amazing, but I'd still love to go. But every picture I've seen of Ireland, serene, beautiful. I would go to Ireland, yes.
Yeah, I think Ireland's a lot like Barney Stinson. Like you can't take a bad picture.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Because Ireland, I think Ireland's my number one place I'd like to go. Like
Really?
my family's all Eastern European, like Croatia, Czechoslovakia, all those sort of things. But that's entirely too close to Russia. I'm not trying to get that close.
Would you come to Israel?
Go ahead.
I mean, I had an opportunity to go with my old church. That would have been great to go to there. It's one of those things that you got to really put a lot of situations aside when you go there. So I don't know. Like I said, it's not my number one choice, but Israel and Ireland, I would definitely say top 5.
Yeah, Israel is one of those places. Like I think it's a known fact from people who've been watching us for a while that we're both ministers, and being ministers, like Israel is where all of the book that we teach people, like where all of that happens from. And I've never been to Israel, although funny story. So I dated this girl in high school and in college. She who must not be named.
Gotcha.
Voldemort. And one day, her family was all from Texas, and so I went down to Texas and was visiting her family, and her dad was a minister who required me throughout our entire dating life to call him Doctor, his last name, which I thought was a little pretentious.
My question is, if they're from Texas, how did you?
She was my youth minister's sister-in-law.
Okay, that makes sense. All right,
So,
continue. I'm sorry, I just didn't know that.
anyway, went to Texas, went down for breakfast one morning. Her dad was sitting there on the couch and had a DVD of a flyover from Israel. And
Yes.
and I'm not joking, dude. We ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All whilst watching these flyovers of Israel, and he was giving me details of everything. I don't know if I need to go to Israel because I've technically been, but I would love to go personally. I've heard it gives you like just a totally new perspective on the way that. Empty Miles goes so hard in the chat. He said, "Enjoy the timeout, Billy Blip 785. Please hit the follow button and donate if you want to say anything else."
Oh gosh.
Oh man, see, he's a better moderator than you, Dizzy. I'm just joking. I love you.
Oh, dude, I'm bleeding. It's all over you.
What are you bleeding from?
My flesh?
Picking scabs?
It was a weird bump, but it's okay now.
Seriously, he went so hard.
That's brilliant.
My favorite moment of the podcast. Ooh, this is a good question. This is a good after party lounge question. Then we can get out of here unless another one comes over across. What's been your favorite moment of the podcast in the time you've been on it? You've been here since December.
Gosh.
So you've been with us for 7 months. We're coming up on our 1 year anniversary. We may do this as a topic on 3 Topic Thursday or a random question of the week in the future, but let's just talk about it right now.
Goodness, my favorite moment. Oh my gosh, dude. Probably the day that Ben made up the Leanna song.
Leanna says loves you like a burning flame of sun.
Flame of sun? What does that even mean? It's so spectacular because it's random stuff like that really get the inside jokes rolling. Like, you're a part of that community. If you know what we're talking about, you're a part of that community. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
My favorite moment comes from. Were you here yet? I don't remember what episode number it was. This is my favorite funny moment, and then I have another favorite moment that was like community driven. But when we did the wild speculation for what Grand Theft Auto's heists were going to be.
Yes, you set your coffee.
You set your coffee on the dash, and like it just went. It was the birth of the wild speculation segment, and it was just us doing what we do, riding in a car as we are out to dinner. When we were hanging out in the basement, it was just hypothetical humor, and it's like that's what we love.
That's my favorite form of humor.
And then,
Building.
but my favorite community-driven one is one day we had a dude come into the chat, and I think we had like 20 people watching us or something like that. And this dude comes in, and he's like, "Nobody cares about what you're saying. There's only 20 people watching." And like 6 people came to the aid of Player 3 podcast and just started putting the dude on blast about
Well, we care.
about how they care and all this stuff. And like, you know, we talk all the time, and not to get sentimental about it again, because we always get sentimental about it, but like we do this show because we enjoy chatting with the people that are in the chat with us, and we enjoy the interaction, and because we know what it's like to be interested in video games and to not have anybody to talk to about that sort of stuff. And then when we all kind of came together and found out, hey, we all like video games, let's talk about it. And we found out there's a whole community of people. Was it Billy? No.
No.
But this was a good one too. Empty Vials, this is on up there. This is in the top 10. That message is in the top 10. But anyway, so but the community of people, and that just showed us that like, hey, yeah, we may only have 20 people watching us, but it's 20 people who really do care about what we're talking about. Because I said this when we were talking about like how we were going to decorate this room, and people don't watch us because we're insightful or because we have like inside sources, because we don't. We would like to, and we'd like to, get that sort of stuff. I feel like we have a little bit of perspective and we all have opinions, but they hang out because of the personalities that we have and the fact that we just have a blast when we do this. And if you do stuff you love, you're going to attract people who love those same things. And I feel like
Very well said.
we have those people. Empty Vials wants to know how he can get on this show via Skype. Stick around, buddy. You'll find out soon. We'll figure it out. I don't know how to work a computer. I learned what button the space bar was a couple days ago.
It changed his life.
I was like, you can make multiple words.
Like, I'm surprised
on a
he
computer.
passed college because it was just all one run-on
It just
word, not sentence, but
Yeah.
word.
It just makes no sense. Like, every other button says something on it, and the space bar doesn't. How am I supposed to know?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never noticed that it just doesn't say it.
I think it used to way back in the day.
Or
Old
have we
keyboards
rubbed
that
it
goes
off?
that make you sound real cool when you're typing real fast. Like,
Because you're not looking.
yeah. All right, my wife just texted me. She's hungry, and we need to go while she's hungry before she turns hangry.
Ugh, nothing worse than a hangry wife. Mine was on Monday.
But we know the reason you tune in, and the reason is this: Seth's telephone number.